Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope that we're here. Okay, let me get my screen onto live chat. Can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? If it's not echoing? If it's awesome. Awesome. I'm gonna try turning that light out. I don't know. There, we'll go with that. Okay, Lisa Marie says no one is late. Tech issues. Yeah, this is true. So not quite sure, but that one was a new one. I got on here, and usually I even generally know who it's going to be, but there's usually people in there saying good morning or that they're waiting, and there was no one there. So that was my first indication that something was wrong. And then I typed good morning and pinned it, and I saw it for a minute and it disappeared. Or as my granddaughter would say, it disappeared. But thank you, Lisa Marie, for helping me through that. I appreciate everyone who was sending me messages. I apologize, I couldn't read them all, nor could I reply to them all because I was trying to take care of this, and yeah, anyway, it was a bit confusing. So enough about that. That's 2 weeks in a row with computer issues. So I want to say good morning to everyone. Let me take a quick look and see who is here. Glenda, Richard, Denise, good to see you. It's good to see everyone, but Denise, we did miss you. Your name was brought up on 2 or 3 live streams where I did kind of a shout out to you, hoping everything was okay. Let's see, Anne is here. I hope she doesn't mind me saying, but when you see 6869, her first name is Anne. I had to knit really fast as I was watching the countdown timer before my row changed in the pattern on your first try. Good morning to Brenda. Mona made it in. Goodness, it's good to see you. I know you don't always make it. Good to have you. Carla. And Lisa Marie is here. Her arm is up and her other one holds her wrench. Richard, no video today. I'm not quite sure what you mean, but hopefully I'm showing up here. Aunt Di, good morning, Diane. Thank you to Lisa Marie for reminding folks to give a thumbs up below the video. Oh goodness, Quilting in the Country says sliding in fashionably late. That's called making an entrance. That's a good thing. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see. Richard wasn't sure what was going on. Yeah, it got a little bit iffy there. Hi, good morning, Danelle. You at work, I assume. Good morning, Honor. Good to see you. Let's see, and Lisa's here. Beverly, I gotta go really quick so we can get started. Linda, Tonkin, Charlotte, Howard, good morning to everyone. And I apologize if I've missed anyone. I certainly don't mean to. And we have a lot to go through today. And my sewing room is a mess. It just is. I've had a lot going on. So I have a list and we're going to go with it. Good morning, Peggy Lee. Oh, I see. Richard said there was a welcome to the new chat. And I thought because there was no video, we would only be chatting. Okay, I see. Yeah, I wrote good morning or welcome before I hit go live or to stream. Giovanna, good to see you. Maxine, Nikki, yay, first time she gets a happy dance. Goodness gracious. Kathleen says good morning from Vermont. Okay, let me scroll back up there. Quilting with Helen, good to see you. Vermont, hope your weather is better than what it is in Maine. Nikki says first time, I'm English but live in sunny France. Well, I'm so glad that you came. Maxine says hi there, greetings from Newfoundland. Goodness. Sylvia, good to see you. She's here from Alaska. Let's see. Always working the lives Monday through Friday, unfortunately, but love listening to you. Well, I'm glad that you're here with me and everyone else. Denise says she's been in a slump, but good now, back to sewing. That's what we love to hear. I was just really worried about you, to be honest with you. I tell people that I'm used to seeing people, and sometimes there are some of you who are people who might only come on once a month or something like that, but I know that. And then others are pretty steady. So when I don't see people when I normally should, I worry because I am a worrier. So let's see. Good morning, Terry, our other little wrench holder. Giovanna, it is always good to see you. Jan says hi from Saskatchewan. I can't talk this morning. Georgina's making book covers today. Yay! We're going to talk about those in a minute. All right. And that just means she's not making a king-size quilt. Okay. Mail and happy mail. We're going to start there, okay? Let me grab. All right. So I had to order, there's a story behind this, but I have a rivet press, one of the great big things that put rivets into fabric or anything else. And when I bought it, I got a certain size die for a certain size rivet, and I bought the wrong one. Well, I've had it about 8 or 9 months, and I haven't used it yet because I haven't finished the project yet. Yeah, Mona, I'm going to be talking about that in just a few minutes. But it's actually on my list, but thank you for the question. So, I had to get the 8mm size rivet dies, and they gave me a fancy schmancy heart-shaped keychain. You know, it's got the little opening. Now, when I ordered the rivet press and all that other stuff, I didn't get a freebie, but I got a freebie with this, and we all love freebies, right? So I ordered that, and of course that was from Cam Snaps. I didn't dare, when I bought the rivet press, I didn't dare buy a cheaper one. I didn't know what I'd get, and the, I can't think of the word, not the comments, but the feedback, anyway, I can't think of the word, on the cheaper ones were hit or miss. You know, some people said it's fine, other ones said, oh, the handle broke, and, you know, so I went with that. I did go on Amazon and buy 4 colors of the 8mm double cap rivets. So the reason for that is working on some NCW, the Necessary Clutch Wallet. This one I worked on yesterday with a friend and this one I worked on with a friend yesterday and ended up having an error that I made, a big boo-boo. Anyone that's ever made one, you know when you put the flap onto this oval or the 2 ovals and you've got your magnetic snap down here and you've got your opening on the lining. Well, I had it backwards, so either way, everything is made and ready for it to go. I just need to do that. So in the meantime, I started cutting out another one out of New England Patriots fabric. I have like the card slots are ready to go. I gotta sew them today. And I have my pocket pieces, my zipper. I have everything else all ready. And I have my pattern right here for, I had talked about this a week or 2 ago, actually 2 weeks in a row, for the So Sweetness pattern, the Super Bloom, but it's by So Sweetness. I don't have the right interfacing for that. It's a nightmare. Okay, as you know, locally, I don't have a lot of choice. Our Mardens did get some interfacing in, but what they had, excuse me, I gotta find it. Oh, it's right here. It was a really good deal. I know I told you guys at the time, it's really lightweight too, but it's called Heat and Bond Extra Firm or something like that. I don't find it to be extra firm anything, but either way, I had bought that, and it does come in handy. I can use 2 layers, you know, I can do that. But, okay. I bought a piece of Decoville Light a while back on Amazon, and it's a 1 yard piece. So, 2 yards. 17 inches by 2 yards. That's what I got. So I started using it, and I have plenty of that for this. But the Super Bloom calls for either Peltex or the Decoville Heavy. So do I have Peltex? Yeah, a little piece. I was able to get the flat part of my NCW, and I've got enough to cut 1 more of these, and then I'm out of Peltex, and there isn't any locally that I know of. I am going to check Walmart. I've been using a lot of SF101, so I think I got 1.5 wraps here of this left, so I'm almost out of that. So the long and short story of interfacing is I need to order some, but I don't know in which order I'm going to order it, if that makes sense, because I can't buy it all at once. So I'm going to assess today what my needs are, which one I need to buy first, you know. So okay, I'm gonna go back to the mail here in just a second. Let me give a look back here. Let's see. Giovanna, that's a mouthful. Yeah, and Mona asked if I made the So Sweetness bag yet. Good morning, Rose. Also going to make notebook covers. I've finished 4 already. Well, that's awesome. I have a new one cut out, but I can't show you because it's for a gift for someone who is in the chat. Good morning to Aunt Di. Okay, let me see. Terry says, my rivet press came with tons of grommets, which I never use. Now, is a grommet the same as the double cap rivet? I have no idea. Good morning, Eleanor. And Lisa's shouting out to Aunt Di with the big wavy hand. Terry bought the cheaper rivet press, and it's fine. See, I didn't know what to do. Plus, there's more than one. And I was just nervous. And at the time, Cam Snaps was having a special. So I didn't pay shipping, I don't believe. I got the rivet press for $80, and they had 30% off the die that I bought wrong. And then I had to buy a piece that went down in there. I didn't even know. I had it ordered, and the whole thing ordered, and they emailed me, you know, and said, you can't use that unless you have this piece. So anyway, I'm glad yours worked out. Hi, Kathy. Kathy Walcott says, I'm late but happy to be here. We're happy you're here. Okay, let me see. Terry says, woohoo, I love that wallet. You mean the sunflower. Well, I was trying to go non-directional to get my, I shouldn't say my first one, but I have made the basic wallet. And at the time, I knew I didn't have the right interfacing, but I was making it just to make it so that I had made it. So this was the one I had originally made. So for anyone wondering, the rivets, the reason I need a rivet press is right here. You put the rivets here on these accordion folds. So these open up, and you've got 6 card slots here for your debit and credit cards. You've got a zippered compartment, a few openings, and another set of card slots. The other thing I really like about this pattern is the amount of openings. So you've got one between the front and the zipper or the card slots, and you've got number 2 here, number 3, number 4 with your zipper, number 5, and back behind there, number 6. So I did try to sew this on the side at the time. I didn't have my semi-industrial at the time. I was doing it on my home machine, and it was, let's see, It was pretty bad there. It wouldn't. It sewed through it, but it wasn't straight and it wasn't great. So anyway, yeah. So this morning I was up at 2:30, so I was in the sewing room by 4 a.m. just cutting stuff out. Mona says, I need to try and make one of those. Yours are beautiful. Well, thank you. And I'm assuming you mean the notebook covers. Those are really basic notebook covers, but they're a great starter. Since that subject got brought up, I'm going to stop the mail talk for just a second and toss this in there, which is I have received a lot of feedback. I asked during the tutorial, I said, I'd really like to hear if you guys would be interested in me doing another tutorial with maybe like a zippered pocket on there and things like that. And I did receive quite a bit of feedback that people would like that. So it's not going to be this week. It's probably not going to be the next. I don't know. Excuse me. But I will be doing a part 2 to the composition notebook covers. Okay, so back to the happy mail. So that's what I ordered. That was my happy mail. Made me happy, except for I don't have enough interfacing now. Other than those two to use the rivets that I bought. But I did get a package. And it has some fabric in it. And I couldn't wait to show you guys. This is like a orangey peachy background. Lorelei Harris. Isn't that cute? And it's called Tossed Buttons, I think. Tossed Button Heads. Tossed Button Heads. And it's so pretty. So thank you so much to Janice, who is in Arizona, and sent me this lovely piece. And I can't wait to figure out what I'm going to use this for. I'll share a little bit of her note that she put in with it. The page. Hi Marie, sorry it's taken me so long to send this out to you. I found this fabric at SAS Fabrics in Phoenix, Arizona. I thought of you when I saw it. My son was going to school in Arizona, so we used to travel from California to Arizona quite often. Not anymore because he just graduated. So congratulations. Hope you're feeling better these days. Thank you for all your tutorials. You always inspire me to make new things in my sewing room. Hope you're having a good day. Sincerely, Janice. So Janice, I really appreciate that. Your thought was just so sweet and sending that out to me, and I will definitely find a project very soon to use that for. But I definitely don't like to cut into my gifts until I've shown everyone. Oh yeah, I know what it is. The back to the interfacing, you have to have the 808, well it's also called 809, just decor bond. This is what I have left of that. So yeah, I gotta get the Decoville Heavy, the Decor Bond, however you pronounce it, Decor Bond, 808, 809, the SF101, and the Peltex. Yeah. So that's not happening all at once. I'm just saying. Okay, the only other mail related thing, and you guys know, anyone who's on the group already knows, my mom received her Scrappy Tula Pink bag, and she's totally in love with it. So yay, that is an awesome thing. I'm very happy that she is very happy with it. So I had posted on the Facebook group that she received it, and I posted pictures of the bag, and she even went in and commented on that. So it was good for her, good to see her doing that. All right, Terry says, I made 3 mini NCWs recently. I need to ask you about that. Did you find it difficult? I've read where some people say it's like, because it's a tighter space, it's a little bit harder. Did you find that to be so? She says, I get cheaper pink foam for the bags. It's on Amazon as well. Well, speaking of that, I found some interfacings last night. I found 3 of them. Now, I have never seen interfacing sold like this. A friend of mine in Australia, she gets hers on great big rolls. So when I saw this on a roll, I thought of her, only it's different. It's not a big tall roll. I don't remember if it was 12 or 17 inches or whatever it was. But it only says light, medium, and heavy. And in the comments section, some people say, well, the medium is more like a light. And of course, there's no way to know until you get it. But I was so excited to see that there's something available that's not the brand name stuff. So I think I'm going to take a chance and buy some. If you're interested, just say so here, and I will drop the link. I'm going to write this down. I will drop the link below the video. I'll edit it in afterwards if you're interested, because it's only like $12.97. I don't remember how many yards. It was a heck of a deal, and I'm going to try it. Okay, Terry says Heat and Bond is good for card slots. Yeah, the Heat and Bond Heavy, the one I have, that's what I'm thinking. I'm using the SF101, but when I fold it over an iron, there's a lot of creases. I'm not a huge fan of SF101. I never have been. I find that if you're not really careful with your heat as you put it on there, it will kind of like shrink your fabric in. Your cut will be a little bit tighter. It's nice. It's all right on the card slots, but they're very flimsy. There's no hold to them at all. So I'm thinking I'm going to give that a shot, Terry. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Lisa says, Terry and Mona, you're both very talented. They are indeed, and they're always sewing that stuff, aren't they? Kathy says she's late. Whoops. Wallwack has the light, heavy, and fast shipping. Yeah, I get their magazines, their little flyers. I've never really ordered from them. Of course, like I say, until I try it out, everything is guessing. But I was just so excited over finding something for under $13 that had a whole lot of it, you know. Good morning, Laura. So glad that you're here with us. Mona says that the grommet has the round hole. Oh, gotcha. Thank you. Good morning, Linda. Oh, let's see. It's popping up all around me here. I'm way behind. I'm going to try to go really quick here and get through here. I've missed a whole lot. I'll have to go back and read afterwards. Mona has the cam press. Is that what I have? Yeah, I have the cam press. Hi, Doris. Lynn, hello. Don't normally get to watch summer holidays, so hello. Sylvia Brown, hello. And yes, good morning to Doris. Mary is here. Pretty, loves sunflowers. Lynn says nice purse. Thank you. Lisa says apparently Adam forgot to set his alarm again. I can't read all that. Some of the text is all intermingled. So even though we're here and we're doing this, there's still something wrong here. Charlotte. Okla Roots, I think she means, says to avoid putting the interfacing if you can in that seam so that you don't have rivets. If you don't have rivets, you can sew with your regular machine. Yeah, I did that. It's just, it's very hard to get that even because like I said, my machine would sew it. I don't even know where it went to here. My machine sewed it, but you're working at an angle and you've got the thicknesses off to the side, so it's really hard to get that. But yes, that's true. Mona, no, the NCW. Okay, I've even missed what I'm asking or what's going on. I'm trying to catch up. Good morning, Pearl, again, right? Oh, Di must be leaving. Sorry. Oh, she says I have to run. I'll catch the replay later. You take care, Di. Twisted Pixie, good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Carrie, good morning to you. Oh, she says likes the wallet. Well, hello to you in Canada. Terry, adorable, love Lorelei Harris prints. Made a cute Marcel barrel bag out of her salon line. Oh, I bet that was cute. Yes, Charlotte says that's Jess at Okla Roots. Hi, Janice. Oh, she's here. I already showed what you sent. Thank you again. Terry says, Marie, I use Pelon P44. It's a lightweight but works well in place of SF101. You can also double it. 48 yards for $49 at Walmart. I'm going to write that down. Thank you. There's just so many different interfacings, and everyone that makes them seems to have their own, likes and dislikes. Lisa says, Lorelei Harris is fabulous. Her sales are also very nice. Hope everyone will check out her site. She never fails to create a smile. You can say that twice. It's amazing. When you get on her site, you can look through in so many different ways. You can do it by collection, fabric line, so many different ways. Hi, Kelly. Glad you could stop in. Oh, there's Honor poking her head back in to the chat. Mona says she doesn't like sewing with foam. She'd rather use fusible fleece. Okay, let me see. Didn't find it harder. You can get the add-on instructions for $3.78. I didn't know that. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate that. Yeah, there's a mini, Mona, and there's an extra large necessary clutch wallet. Okay, they're talking about fleece. Link for interfacing would be much appreciated. You've got it, Jan. I will put that down below. I will edit it in after the video. Good morning, June. Glad you're here. Yeah, Linda wants the link too. Janice says, YouTuber So Country uses Royal Pixies interfacing. It's supposed to be like SF101. I will look that up. Royal Pixies. Thank you. Okay. I have an NCW in pieces from last year, says Kathy. I forgot about it. I'll have to sort out where I left it and finish it. Absolutely. Okay. I'm all caught up, so I need to go back to my list. Okay, so I do need, like I said, I need to order interfacing, figure out what I need first. What have I sewn this week? You may have seen in the picture that I had this stack next to my sewing machine. So the other day, I grabbed all my strips that were red, black, beige, yellow, anything that went with some kitchen fabric that I had. I had 2 different kitchen fabrics that had these colors in that I could fussy cut some pictures out of and applique them on. And my idea was to make some gifts for Christmas. So all I did with my scrappy strips was even them up side to side, so it wasn't 2 inches on one side and 4 inches on the other end. So I got all these cut, well, more than that, because I made a potholder set here. And then I stood and cut some cotton batting because I used 3 layers in my potholders because I don't like using the, I know the name of it. You know the name of it. I just can't think of it. The foil stuff there. Anyway, I don't like it because of the crinkly sound. So this is what I've done so far. I did the quilt as you go on the strips, but then I went back and I sewed over each seam, and that was just with 1 layer of cotton batting. So when I added the other layers, I quilted in a straight line right around each design. And after I went around with a straight line, I zigzagged over it, and then I came out about 1/8 of an inch and went around it again. Insul bright. Thank you, ladies. I could not think of the word. So anyway, this was from one of my fabric lines that I wanted to use. So I appliqued 3 on there. I have my binding all cut. It's ready to sew. I may do that today, but I really want to work on my NCW. This is the other potholder. So the set will look like this. And I have those scraps, and you know me, I love anything scrappy. So I thought I'm going to make, my idea was to use one thread color, and I have a whole bunch of this red fabric. I bought it at Martin's. It was 108-inch wide. It was $6.99 a yard, and I bought 2 yards of it, and I still have quite a bit. So I thought I'm going to use it because kitchens, red usually goes in a lot of kitchens, so I figured that was the way to go. And so I had those scraps ready. Something I had done last week that I meant to show you guys, and I totally forgot, is this. Okay, now I put this on here, and if you look really carefully, I didn't even get it centered, but I was just trying this out, okay? And when I try out patterns, I don't necessarily care about the little things. Yes, Insel Bright is noisy. Glenda says, Quilt As You Go is so cute. Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Terry says, I like your process and your organization for making several projects at once. Everything clipped and easy to find. Well, I've been doing that with projects for years, but a friend of mine uses like the other clips on hers. But I thought that's a great idea to keep those wallet pieces all together. Hers are even in her, of course they're in her sewing order. Anyway, she uses the clips that are like this, only larger. I just didn't happen to have any here in the sewing room at the moment. But yeah, it keeps everything rounded up. I do that with a lot of projects that have more than 3 pieces. But thank you. Oh, thank you to everyone that likes the potholders. Charlotte says uses old towels to add the extra layer. Yeah, I've done that. I've used old sheets, things like that. Anyway, back to this. So, sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. I'll go back to the comments section here in a minute. So this used 1 piece of zipper and 2 zipper pulls, because you're using one side of your zipper here and one side here. But when you open it, like I have, okay, let's close it up. So you've got a zipper on both sides, okay? And when you open it and put your hand in there, you would think that this one is going to be the same opening, but it's not. You can't see my fingers. So there's 2 separate openings there, okay? Isn't that cool? So I'm thinking about doing a tutorial about this in the future. Not sure when, but I meant to show you guys that last week and I totally flaked. It didn't get done. So yeah, I worked on the potholders, I worked on the NCWs, I partially cut out my Super Bloom bag. Oh, I made an ironing board cover. But before everyone gets too excited, let me just say that the one I got a new ironing board there 3 or 4 months ago, and it's wider. It's shorter and wider. And this cover that came with it is so thin. I mean, really, you guys probably can't see, but you can see right through it. It is 100% cotton because it didn't melt, but I was not impressed with it at all. And then I got something on it, and I tried to wash it, and it wouldn't come out. I was just disgusted with it and didn't want to look at it, so I took it off. I had some fabric that I bought. Oh, I can't even remember the name of that place either. Anyway, when COVID first hit, I went and bought from them. And I got like, I don't know, 8 or 10 pieces of fabric. It's all the same print, but it's in different colors. I can't think of them. Marshall Dry Goods. There we go. Marshall's Dry Goods. Anyway, so I had the cotton. So I laid the piece of cotton down here with the wrong side up. And I took the pad from the ironing board, laid that out, traced around it. I left probably 2 inches around it, folded it under a 1/4 inch, folded it towards there, seamed all the way around, sewed around, left an opening about like that, and I have a gazillion yards, absolutely, or 2 gazillion yards of 1/4-inch elastic left from making 4 gazillion face masks. I took 2 layers of one of the elastics that I bought that was terrible quality. I wrapped it, kind of like tied it around a safety pin and wove it in through there, and when it came out the other end I put it on the ironing board and I tightened it and tied it off, and it works great, except for I needed thicker cotton. I need home decor cotton, which that was the other thing I was going to put on my list. Our Walmart does carry some of that. It's kind of pre-packaged, but I really don't care. I mean, it's an ironing board cover, you know. So that's the other thing. So I actually did get quite a bit done this week, and I know there was, oh yeah, there was another project. I sewed a fabric box, like those charm pack boxes. I think that was my Throwback Thursday last week, because I had someone ask me a question, and you know, I couldn't remember. It had been a while since I made one. So I threw one together, and it had the symbol for a pharmacy, which I can't remember at the moment, but you know what I mean. It has the little symbol and the snakes around it. I've had that since COVID, when I ordered some nursing fabric, and that came with it. I used it as the box, put blue fabric on the lining, and I gave it to our pharmacy, and they thought that was great. They said they use a lot of containers, so that worked out well, because I needed to make one to answer a question, as well as just try to remember, you know, how I change things up. So Mary says, I also have multiple projects going. I can't keep up with myself. It's like a circle, isn't it, Mary? Thank you. Eleanor says, love your potholders. Giovanna, I use old woolen blankets to put in potholders, washed of course. Absolutely. Lisa says, Insulbright causes her hands to break out, but have been using the heck out of it. Yeah, I mean, it has its place. I just can't, like, say you said to me, Lisa Marie, would you make me some potholders and put Insulbright in it? Yeah, I would, because I wouldn't have to hear it every day when I use my potholders, but that sound drives me insane. Sharon, hi Sharon McKee. She says, I'm fixing to learn to make potholders. That's awesome. And if you want, I know there's a million videos out there. I do have a Scrappy Potholder video, and if you want it, I'm sure one of my mods could grab that link for you. Okay, I am really behind. I'm going to zing down through here, because I'm really behind. So, blankets. Reminds me I need to make more potholders, says Janice. Binder clips, yes, Honor. I've made those wallets with a double zipper. Yes, I intend to do that. The next one is going to be a double zipper. Kelly, I rate hubby's office for binder clips. Very handy. They are. Terry, I don't work on more than one thing at a time. I will never sleep thinking about what's not done. Would love that tutorial, maybe bigger, says Charlotte. Okay, I've talked about a few tutorials, Charlotte, so I'm not quite sure which one you mean. Terry, please do the tutorial for the double zipper pouch. I haven't made one in forever. I thought I did a double zipper pouch. I don't know. I get confused easily. Sorry, guys. Mona cut out a bunch of projects until bins are full. Denise, please do a video on the 2-pocket pouch. Oh, this one. Okay, I was thinking of my. You know what I was thinking of? I'm sorry, guys. I've been awake since 2:30 this morning. I was thinking of these, and I thought, yeah, I already did one of the double, but duh, that's me. That's how quick I forget. Okay, so yes, I will do. In fact, I could do that for Sunday. Let's do that. I'll do that for Sunday, and we'll have that out of the way because they're a cute little gift. Might be great for back to school. Okay, Richard, I have seen that 2-zipper pouch with pockets on either side. I haven't tried sewing it yet. I like the number 5 zippers on it. Yeah, absolutely. And anyone who missed it, Richard did the sewing chat with me, and I posted that the other day. So thank you again, Richard, for that. We appreciate it. Glenda, yes, by all means, I want a tutorial with the double pockets with zippers. Teach us, teach us. Charlotte, love the fabric. You could fussy cut those bluebirds. Yeah, you could. Oh, Doris says, NCW, I must have missed something. Yeah, I have one partially sewn. And, whoops, one partially sewn. That's the front flap. Whoops. These are my card slots. This is my zipper and my exterior and lining. And then I started cutting out this one this morning. It's New England Patriots, a football team that some of my family members are crazy over, and I've got parts of it done. And I have my Brother Semi-Industrial all threaded up and ready to go for after my live stream. Yes, sorry, yes, it means necessary clutch wallet. Yes, Terry, Marshall Dry Goods has great prices. They absolutely do. Great deals. Mona said, Richard, I mostly use number 5 zippers. And I have to say that since I started using them, I do as well. I prefer them. Let's see. Terry says, me too with the elastic, Marie. I have big spools of it. Yeah, and most of it was great, but I had one from a company, and you could take off 3 or 4 times. You know, it was one of those big spools. Take off 3 or 4 rounds of it, and then it would be caught in underneath or broken, or it had like black grease on it or something. I don't know. One of those rolls was terrible. So getting to use it for the ironing board cover was great. Hello, Aisha. Good you could be here. Let's see. Lisa, Richard, I've seen you post a couple things. Okay to share your YouTube link. No, he's the first subscriber, so in chat, who didn't have a YouTube channel. Honors behind in all the projects. Terry, you've been busy. Yeah, it's jumping all around. Kathy, I made a double pocket. I can fit my iPhone on one side and added card slots in the other. I have a long, thin crossbody strap. I have to add a zipper tasseled to the money side. Haha. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yes, Honor, you are correct. I'm not even going to go. I think it's called a... Yeah, I know your word is correct. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, though, but thank you. Terry used Insel Bright to make lunch totes for her girls. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking of making one for my granddaughter, too, doing that. But, yeah, I can see why. Thank you, Terry. Terry dropped the link to the Potholders, so anyone who needs it, thank you so much. All right. Gifting Potholders, doing the Tripunto thing, slow going. Love the swirly fabric. Yes, that's something I found at Martin's. And it goes with so many things like that. All right, do I have a tutorial on a baby quilt? No, I actually do not. I have quilt block patterns, but no baby quilts, unfortunately. I apologize. Okay, let me go to comment of the week. I had it already, and what do you want to bet? I've lost it, because that's just how it goes. I have the video here, though, so it won't take me long to find it, because it had, and as I've said, there's so many good comments that it's hard for me to choose just one, but I do like to highlight one each week. The reason I chose the one I did is because it had so much bundled into one comment. So as soon as I find it, I will read it. Oh, and while I'm thinking of this, I had someone ask me to, or say something to me today saying, I'm not sure why my username is showing up as symbols and letters on YouTube. That has been happening to a lot of people lately, so it's not just you. What happens is when I get a notification, I'm going to pick on Terry. Let's say Terry comments on my video and she says, I love that red fabric, Marie. YouTube's going to give me a notification and it's going to say, so Terry commented, and I'm going to click on it and it might say user 7G5F47 hashtag blah blah blah. I don't know why it's been happening, but it has been. Okay, comment of the week. Good morning, Nancy. Comment of the week is from Lynn Shepard, who said, there's nothing like a computer, iPhone, or iPad to turn my day from sunshine to rain. That's the truth. Gosh, I hate that I missed your live stream yesterday. Well, we missed her too. I'm watching the replay as I cut interfacing strips for my jumpsuit, for a jumpsuit for my granddaughter. So interfacing, I was going to talk about interfacing. She's talking about interfacing. She says, you're in the final stretch now for 10,000. How exciting. P.S. I found bunches of composition books in colors and prints yesterday for $1 each. Book covers hopefully this weekend. Woo-hoo. So I was very happy to hear that she's going to make some of those and that she found a good deal on them. And sewing clothing, not something I would attempt, but good for her. And I was going to mention that as of this morning, I was 120 subscribers away from 10,000, and you all know what happens at 10,000. Those 2 Tula Pink bags get given away to 2 lucky winners. So, almost there. So, if you are here and you're new, I'm going to make a little bit of an announcement. I'll try to make it quick for those of you who have heard it before. You have to be subscribed and logged into your account to chat here in the chat box. If you're having issues, please email me. I have been learning to check my junk folder around once a week because some of them were getting caught up in there. But if you need help, please email me. I'm going to put my email in the description box below. I'll edit it in after the video. It is Marie's Scrappy Creations. That's with 2 S's. Marie's Scrappy Creations at yahoo.com. I can help. I am no computer tech, but I can kind of run troubleshooting things. But the easiest way for me to do that is if we're friends on or connect through Facebook, not necessarily friends, so that we could go on Messenger and I could actually see what you're seeing. But yes, you have to be logged in and a subscriber to chat, as well as if you just came in before this live stream and subscribed to me, you still wouldn't be able to chat because I have a 5-hour window. You have to be a subscriber for at least 5 hours. Okay. I put up a tutorial every other Sunday, and then each Wednesday, usually at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a What's Up Wednesday where we discuss anything and everything. I show you what I have received in the mail, what I've made. We talk about, as you can see, most anything. Every once in a while, I have a visitor to the sewing room, and that's always fun to see other YouTubers or subscribers. All right, let me see. So I read the comment of the week, so thank you to Lynn for the comment, but thank you to each and every one of you for all of your comments. They really make a difference, and so do all the thumbs up. They really help. The shares help. Creative word of the day for today. If you're new, the creative word of the day, you use it below the video, not here in the chat, but below the video. You can use it in a sentence. You can just type the word. You can do whatever you want. But once a month, I do a drawing for a prize. I might mail you a yard of fabric or a panel or some zippers or something I've made. You don't know. Oh, and speaking of that, last month's winner, Glenda, I have not forgotten. I actually have yours picked out. It's just not done. And as soon as it is, I will let you know it's in the mail. But the creative word of the day today, because we've talked so much about it, is interfacing. All right, one last thing before I let you go. I had a question this morning that I answered in the comments section. Bye, Kelly. Oh, bye, Denise. Thank you for being here. Yes, we all enjoyed Richard visiting us. Yes, absolutely. I had a question this morning that was a very good question. They asked if fleece can be used instead of fusible fleece. Now, I had wondered that same thing a number of years ago because I had fleece that was gifted to me, and I thought I had never used fusible fleece, so I didn't have a clue what it was. So I thought, oh yeah, I could just use that. But what I told this person is, personally, I think it depends on what you're doing for a project, whether it would work or not. But fusible fleece is definitely different than just a piece of fleece in your project. But there again, it's going to depend what the project is and what it's being used for, whether it will work. So it could work. There is no yes or no answer to that, I guess is what I'm saying. Oh, Glenda says, no rush, just thrilled to get anything. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay, so I will edit in a few things. I will edit my email. I had someone ask me for my Amazon wish list. That is usually below most tutorials. I will start adding it with my email address, I guess, as a thing. I will put the link for the interfacing down below. I will edit that in as soon as I'm done with lunch, because lunch is directly after What's Up Wednesday, especially when I've been awake since 2:30. Anyway, I want to thank you guys, every single one of you, for hanging out with me today. I love it when people chat. Oh, Janet was here. Oh, goodness. Hi, Janet. Oh, I made it late. Yep, there she is. And Anne got her knitting just about done. That's awesome. Anyway, I want to thank you for hanging out with me today. You know, some people don't chat, and that's fine. I know you're here, but it's good either way. I'm just glad that you came and hung out with us, and I hope you had a good time. I hope everyone had a good time. Maxine says, I found that using fusible fleece, iron on fabric before you cut it, as it shrinks the fabric size. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying with the SF101. I'll cut something. I can lose 1/4 of an inch sometimes with SF101. Yeah. But that's a good tactic to use, Maxine. Thank you. Brenda says, I love interfacing. Has helped me a lot of times. I agree with that. That's for sure. Okay, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had a good time. I will see you Sunday with a tutorial, and until then, be kind out there. The world needs more of that. I'll see you Sunday. You take